What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another episode of the blueprints of Call of Duty Mobile. So today is one of those videos that I was waiting to make for a very long time. This was actually my most hyped legendary for the season, which is of course the QQ9 Moonlight. So I can't tell you how long I've waited for this skin to come out, because I know it was available in Call of Duty Mobile Chinese, but it was never actually made available for the global and Garena versions until now. Oddly enough, there was another skin that did come out for the QQ9, which was the Sigrun, and it did come out around the same time that the Moonlight did for the Chinese version. But of course, that was like maybe 3-4 seasons ago, so it's been quite a while since we got another QQ9 legendary skin. But at the same time, it hasn't really been that long, because you know, throughout a short span of time, we've gotten like a lot of legendaries for weapons that have already received one. And you know, the QQ9, I wasn't expecting it to get a third legendary until like maybe Call of Duty Mobile's third year. But alas, here we are with the QQ9 Moonlight, dubbed the Mooner from Call of Duty Mobile Chinese. So start off looking at the weapon itself. Visually, without the reactive effects, it's not really that appealing. If anything, it could probably pass for an epic weapon, and that's kind of like a downside of this legendary skin. Cosmetically, it looks alright, like, you know, epic level, but of course what makes it a legendary is the effects that it has. So right off the bat, the best effect that you will see for this legendary skin is of course the death effect. Out of the three legendaries, I do have to say this is probably the more like finer looking one. Another fine detail of this weapon is probably the muzzle flash. So it's probably one of the more flashy muzzle flashes that I've seen in quite a while, because some of the times you can't really even notice muzzle flash, and maybe that's just because I use suppressors. But the muzzle flash that I have here, since I'm using it unsuppressed, it does look really nice. So like I said earlier, this is a reactive skin for the QQ9. This is something that I don't think we've ever gotten for this weapon in particular. I think the one that's closest to reactive is probably the melting point. I think it is reactive, but it just doesn't say that it's reactive. Like, the more kills you get, the more it burns up. Here is just more electricity followed by that little hologram design. But fun fact, if you do see this weapon in the menu, it does seem to go based on your direction. So if you're looking at the gun through the side, the circle will kind of like, it will be on that side. It's kind of weird. Basically, the holographic circle that's on that reactive weapon will basically face you wherever you look at it. Now let's discuss the different sounds that this weapon makes, because this one's far more significant, far more noticeable than the other two legendary skins, which is a good thing, because you know, with the melting point and the Sigrun, it's not really that noticeable. Yeah, it does have some slightly different firing sounds, but nothing as great as compared to this one. As for the iron sight, it's probably the worst out of the three. So yeah, the iron sight's not the best. I would say the Sigrun probably rolls higher than every other legendary QQ9. I mean, the melting point's good, but it's just basically the circle chipped off a little bit. But yeah, out of the three, this is probably the worst iron sight of all the legendaries for this weapon. So now let's discuss the attachments that come with the blueprint, as well as my class setup. So for the blueprint, it has the RTC Recon Tac Long, MIP Strike Stock Double Kill, 10mm 30 round reload, as well as stippled grip tape. As for the class setup that I have for you guys, I have the RTC Recon Tac Long, as well as the Strike Stock full ammo, 45 round extended mag, as well as granulated grip tape. This also goes well with toughness, because you do flinch a lot with the QQ9, well, at least in my opinion. So there you have it, guys. You guys are more than welcome to try out the class setup if you so desire, but in my opinion, the QQ9 Moonlight is a very, very solid skin, and it's nice that we have a third legendary for the QQ9. So you guys know what that means. I am definitely going to make a versus video for all three legendary QQ9s. As of right now, I have another video to make, which is actually very important for any of you guys who want a legendary weapon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, because it does help the channel a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.